morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Tuesday, March 28th. All right, well, we did get some nice movement to the downside, but that pretty much was all at the opening. And most of the time when you get a big gap down like that, you have to be careful if you're looking to short. We talked about this yesterday. I'm also going to talk about where we're headed from here. Yesterday, our subs took a bunch of nice little trades. We had some positive market divergence. First thing in the morning, we had the ES made new lows, intraday lows, in the overnight session around 3 o'clock. And then when the market opened at 9:30, the S&P cash, the SPX, made new lows where the ES did not. That's positive divergence. And if you looked at that and you saw that, and based on our indicators that we look at, as well as our charts, we had some positive divergence that came into the market very early on. The markets were deeply oversold in the intraday charts. We talked about that as well yesterday, and the market started to grind higher. And from there, never looked back, pretty much recouped about 90% of its losses to close mildly bearish on the day, with very little losses. And now we're up on the pre-market. And again, the buyers of dips have come in, stepped in, and bought this dip yet again. Here at TMT, we talk about this in our daily videos that we talked about. And I, again, don't want to be repetitive, but just want to remind you guys, April 1st will be the last day for the daily videos that you will get every day. There will be a recap video and a once-a-week video that I will be putting out and covering all of the indices like you see here. And, of course, today, going into the end of the week on Friday, you will have free levels, and I will show you some intraday charts. But the subscribers that have joined us as well have we get in-depth in our research. So remember, these videos are research reports that we look at. We talk about sentiment, seasonality, fundamentals, technicals, put it all together, wrap it up for you guys so you can apply your trading plan to your trades based on our levels here that we offer. This is a great idea for you guys that if you're looking for to do a lot of the legwork is done for you. As you know, we have our algorithm that we have in our trading room as well. And if you really want to get a little bit more advanced, or if you want to get more active, I should say, in your trading, then take a look at our Pro Trader Premier video. It's an excellent tool for those of you who are really looking for the actionable areas intraday. And those of you who would like to take a little bit longer day, 2-3 day out, a week, or even position trade, or for your long-term portfolios, the daily strategy video for $15 is less than $1 a day to manage your portfolio properly so you can understand. And also, we give you insight, like we talked about for the last week. We've been saying we're looking for our fourth wave minor pullback to begin our fifth leg and our final leg of this bull market run. I think we did get our fourth leg pullback, our minor pullback, and now we're buying the dip again. I should say the pundits are buying the dip again, because I mentioned that there's not enough long still in the market. I know it sounds silly with the markets being up where they are, but there's not enough longs. We need to get everyone in long at these lofty levels, including the shorts, to pile in one more time, because they are going to fuel the fire to push this market even higher one more time before the market ends this bull market run for the next maybe a year to 2 years. And again, no one knows exactly the time frame, but usually bear markets, they last a couple of years, 2-3 years, and it don't have to be a bad bear market or a frightening bear market. But remember, risk happens extremely fast in the beginning, and you want to be prepared for that, okay? So going into this week and going into the start of the second quarter, we have to realize that we do have mutual fund inflows that do come in. They usually start coming in the last day or so of the end of the month, and they follow up with the beginning of month 1 or 2 days after the beginning of the month. So a couple days, Monday, Tuesday of next week, maybe a day or so, Thursday, Friday. So I would not be overly bearish. I would not be looking to short this market at the moment. I do think that the markets are headed again higher one more time to take out the highs, and I know that's going to be insane, and that's going to be that's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Well, that's what the market wants. The market wants you to believe that the markets are going higher and never looking back, and that's why buyers of dips come in, step in. Why do you think that the market sold off on the healthcare reform bill that was a big bust? That's a big negative. It is a big negative. No matter how you slice it, Donald Trump is getting nothing done. It's not that he's not trying, but he's just getting nothing done. There's a gridlock in Congress, and I don't think that he's going to get much done. And if it does happen, it's going to happen a long time into his tenure. A year, 2 years out, maybe. So the market has anticipated all of this euphoria of the Donald Trump euphoria, which he even called when he was in office, or excuse me, campaigning, you're in a big fat bubble. And now we're even in a further bubble that we were from 2000 to almost 400 S&P points in 4 months. That's just insane. So to buy this market here to go higher in the long-term accounts is crazy. Let the market rest, let the market digest, and let the market even pull back before you look to add more. Even if the market goes up another 100 points, we're looking for the longer-term pictures going to be somewhere between 24.75 and 25 and a quarter, give or take a quarter or a couple of points here and there. That's where we're looking at right now for this market to end, and it would not surprise me that it gets there relatively quick. But when that does happen, I would be prepared to start looking to short the market again. And of course, our subscribers will know exactly when we get our timing tools ready to go. At the moment, we're starting another phase to the upside, and it could very well happen today. If we don't hold the gains from today and we take out yesterday's low, that's going to be the big target here, is yesterday's low. Okay, but remember, guys, check us out. It's $15 a day, and if you really want to be active in your trading to really find these actionable areas, check out the Pro Trader Premier video. And even then, if you want to get even more in depth, we have our algorithm that spits out automatic signals, which is killing it. Okay, all right, let's get right to the charts. Anyway, ES Daily wanted to show you that we did break down our TMT price channels, but we did manage to get right back up again. So back into it anyway. We need to get back above it, and we need to take out the 21 EMA, which is right here at 2364.88. That's going to be a target for at least the challenge of the highs. Okay, let's see where we go today. This is the ES Daily. Okay, 10-minute on the ES 10-minute. And here is the 10-minute chart of the ES we talked about. And I want to show you what our subs did yesterday, or many of them did, because I've gotten some great feedback. And this is where the levels come in that are just exceptional. It's incredible. This 23.1975, if you go back to yesterday's video on YouTube, you saw that was in the beginning was 23.23 up top, which is gone because it pierced it, and then his next one is 23.1975. This was dark green. Okay, this was dark green yesterday. So go back to the video. You can double check. Everything is archived in our YouTube channel, guys, and in our website. So whatever I say, it's always pre-market, so you can always go back to verify what I just mentioned. This was green. Going into yesterday's trade, when the market gapped down, and then it took out the 23.23, right? We want to wait for that. And two candles on a 10-minute chart held that 23.1975. That was your cue as a trader to say this is going to hold. So what I'm going to do now is get and look for an entry and manage my position accordingly. Okay. So when this held, two candles closed and took out the swing high on the next candle, that was your cue to get long, and that's what our subs did, and took it for a real nice ride. Some of them took it at the high, some of them took it here, some of them took it down below here, but nonetheless took a beautiful trade and managed that long trade all day because of the fact that we saw yesterday's video was 23.1975 was dark green, meaning that was some really, really good support, and that held. Looking at the SPX, adding to the fact that we had positive market divergence, the SPX made new lows, the ES did not. That told us and our subs that buyers are stepping in to look for a long trade. Very easy to manage, because if you're long, if you were long here, right, which would be that third candle, because you're taking out that swing high candle, you're long here, your stops are where? Your stops are going to be below that swing low candle, or if you're a little bit more aggressive, you would be below that range. Okay, but beautiful, beautiful trade. Yet again, subs made some really good money on the Pro Trader Premier video. These are the 10-minute chart. So again, you can dial it down to a 1, 3, 5 minute. It doesn't matter. These levels are consistent throughout all of the charts, okay? Because there are the bigger levels that are involved. These levels are not a 1 minute or a 2 minute or even a 10 minute for that matter. These are big levels that our algorithm spits out. So I just wanted to show you the positive video. Check it out, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to help you with your trading. When you see that these areas, and these are actionable areas, and you could see, you could tell, like even for today's video that we have a 10-minute chart here, we have a bunched up areas of resistance, big clusters, which is extreme, right? These are heavy areas of resistance. If price breaks out today, and we get a small little back test or a consolidation above this cluster, what does that tell you? I'm looking to get long on the next breakout of the swing high, and then my stops will be anywhere in here based on your risk tolerance. So that's what I'm looking for today's trade. I'm looking for another long trade. If we break back out of this area, now the first touch, usually the first one or two touches, would probably fall back again and sort of into some sort of a bull flag and then break out higher. But you get what I'm trying to explain to you, right? This is really important. This is something that if you're struggling or you need some guidance, even for the advanced guy, you want to know what's going on here, these levels that are populated by our algorithm, okay? This is something that I wanted to show you guys, and I hope that you guys take advantage of it. NQ, daily, we're above it. This is the strongest, as you can see, we broke below it on the ES, the NQ held, and now we're headed back up again. NQ was pretty much the strongest index yesterday out of all of them, okay? These are your levels again. You can see that 54.0875 is going to be that area, and of course, these are your levels down below. Crude oil, kind of chopping around here. I'd like to see a big dip into this 44.41, and if it can hold, I'd be a better buyer here. Very easy to manage because your stops would be below this area here. At least for a rubber band trade, a snapback rally, a corrective rally back to the 21 EMA or even back to the TMT proprietary price channel on crude oil. Okay. Next is going to be gold. And gold again took a little dip higher, but remember, if we get a bid, which I do believe we will, and we start to move higher again, gold will start to go down, and that 120.11, that 1201.10 area is going to really get tested, and we're going to see if that gets tested. So I'm not looking to get long gold at the moment. I'm looking for a market to pull back, test this higher low from this low, and that'll tell me, that'll solidify the longs are in it for the longer haul. GDX, another reason why I'm not getting long is that it is doing nothing. It needs to start to break out and start to move higher. If GDX start to explode higher, that's going to be your cue to look for an entry in gold itself, the metal. Spiders, okay, broke the 50, came back above it, so it held. And we bought, again, buyers at dips continue. And you'll see the pundits cheerlead all day today. Do not listen to the CNBCs, the Bloombergs, the Fox Business. Do your own homework, do your own analysis. Make sure it lines up with what you're doing. Spiders, you can see here, these are your levels. Bottom trend line would be the next area, would be 229.80, call it. Next is going to be the transports. Transports, we have some new areas of resistance. Write them down on the daily. 200-day moving average, and if we break this, looks like we are. If we get back above it, above this horizontal channel, then that'll save the transports. But if it starts to really break down again, we're looking for the top of these areas here, 148.16, and then we got a big cluster here down below. Okay, so I don't think it's going to go too far too fast anytime soon in the transports, which is our leader. Okay, we have another secondary downtrend channel in the IWM. 130.94 would be the first target. We've talked about this before, and again, we're making lower lows and lower highs in our MACD and RSI. So it would need to, this is our secondary leader, and it would need to start making some progress to the upside. And last is your Qs. And Qs, we had that little bear flag that we identified. That bear flag obviously did not happen yet. It triggered intraday, but did not trigger on a closing basis, so it's still there. If it takes out the upper end of the trend line, then it will be negated, and we're going to be looking for new highs. That's what I'm looking for, guys. Mutual fund inflows start to set in midweek this week, going into the end of the week, and a day or two next week, so I would suspect bid back into the markets. Obviously, if there's news does trump the charts. Be aware of that. Check out the daily strategy video for $15. Check out the Pro Trader Premier video, and also our trading room. I'm telling you guys, bar none here of what you're looking to do. Have a great day. Be careful out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.